Good Monday morning, my peeps. It's Adrienne Talks, and I want to know if you're a user. That's right. That's what I want to know. I'm sure all of you are like, what is she talking about? Well, I've been coaching and working in the direct sales business for many, many years. And it's interesting how many people don't know how to answer, or they say the standard, well, I need some extra money when I ask, why did you start this business? Of course, you guys. It's always great to have extra money. We all want extra money, right? Like, I would love it if people were just making it rain extra money in my direction. So, of course, like everybody would love to have that. But there had to be another reason you picked the particular business that you're in, whichever direct sales company you're with or whatever industry you're in, right? I always kind of have a focus more on the direct sales side of the company. So, as with any job, there are plenty of different jobs out there, right? There are plenty of different direct sales companies out there, but you picked this one. And if you say it's because it's the first one you ever heard about direct sales, then I might challenge you to think about that and listen to the rest of this podcast, because that's okay too. It is okay. But we want you to start really thinking about why this product is what you want to support, how you want to get your extra, in quotation marks, money, right? How you're going to get your extra money, because this is what you chose. So, what I like to ask people, in coaching is how frequently are you showing off your product, right? So this is where my user comes in. How big of a user are you, right? Are you a daily user, a weekly user, a monthly user? Do you ever use it? I can't believe how many people say, "Oh, well, I talk about it when people ask me about it or when it comes up in conversation," right? It's crazy to me how many people say that. You guys, if you're using the product, that conversation is going to arise, right? Just like when a new store opens or a movie you love comes out or the best date night you've ever had, you just had it. You don't wait till somebody says like, "Hey, what'd you do last night?" Sometimes you do. Or what was the best date you ever have? You're not going to get that question, but you go, "Oh my gosh, you'll never believe what I did last night," right? I went to this new place. I saw this great movie. I went to this new store. Did you know they have this? Right? That's what human conversation is. We love to share with people what we love or don't love, right? That's kind of what we do. And you don't wait for it to come up. There's always little lulls in conversation where you're like, oh, you know what? I'll talk about this, right? And that's where other people find out about things. So if you're using something daily, you're going to talk about it because you're going to be like, it might not be every day that you bring it up to the same people or anything, but when you're talking and somebody's like, "Oh, what'd you do last night?" "Oh, I went here and I wore this thing," or "I tried this, I took my health products and I felt so much better in the afternoon. So I did this, this, and this," right? Like it comes up naturally in any of these things that you're using daily, right? It just comes up naturally in conversation. So if you use your product, you're going to naturally tell people about your product. And that's what you should be doing. I've had so many people who are like, well, I got my starter kit and I want to sell it all so I can make my money back. Well, you guys, part of being in business for yourself is that you're trying a product so you can share the benefits. You can share what you love about it. You can share why it's great. You can share all those different things. Because even in a product line, there might be something that isn't really for you. It might be for other people. You might be able to tell people why it's great and they might want to buy it, but it might not be for you. But knowing that, like, oh, hey, if you like this, you'll love this. But if you don't want that, right? Because you're also helping people in that way. So you have to be using your product, whether you're wearing it, whether you're consuming it, whether you're showing it off, whatever it is, like you've got to be using that product in your daily life. So I know people are like every day, come on. Well, come on. If you have clothes, if you have makeup, if you have health and wellness, food, whatever it is, you want to use it every day because that's how you're going to figure out what you love, what you want to share, how it's going to benefit other people, and what it's doing for you. You'll be surprised how many people like want to sell something, but they have no passion for it or they don't use it. They're just like, I'm just going to sell it. Well, that's not really part of sales. Sales is being able to know why it's amazing, right? To know what's so great about it. When you look at a car salesman, they know everything about that car, why it's great, which ones. Oh, hey, you have a family, you want a minivan. Oh, you want a sports car? Like they guide you to what works for you. If they just put everybody in a minivan, they're not going to sell many cars, right? So same with you. You've got to be using your product to know what is going to work for other people, how it's going to work for other people. If somebody is more edgy in what they wear, you've got to give them the jewelry, the clothing, the makeup that is going to support that, right? If they're more conservative, if they want to look like they don't have makeup on, you have to support that. So you have to know how to use it, even if it's something you don't really use or you don't really do. And that's the beauty of direct sales is that you have all these other people who are in your same company that have these different things, right? That might wear less makeup, might wear edgier clothing, might like this health and wellness product, but not this one. But this is why they like it. So you being able to talk to people about your product is the number one thing that you need to be able to do in direct sales. So are you sharing your benefits of your product with someone new every day? Are you ever sharing it on social media? And of course, you guys know I just did a podcast on this. You can't just post on social media and hope that people respond, right? Posting once and hoping people respond because we have a lot of people in our business who like to try that, right? You know that doesn't work because, again, just like when anyone else posts on Facebook, if it's not geared towards you, you might scroll past it or you barely see it or you might not even show up in your feed, right? So you have to be telling people the benefits of the product personally, individually, and posting on social media. So there's like a two part, but people will post once and be like, well, I don't understand why nobody responded. Well, first of all, remember, you want to be sharing the benefits, not just I have a product, it's on sale, these types of things. You want to share why it works in your daily life, what it's doing for you in your daily life, how it helped other people in your company, how it helped your clients. That is what this is all about, right? Sharing the benefits. So, what if you were sharing the benefits on your social media every couple of days? Or I even had a lot of people in my company doing a 21-day challenge where every day they were going live doing something with their product. Something. Now, think about that. So, if I'm not on social media for a week, I'm still going to see you a week from now. If I'm on social media today and tomorrow and Facebook decides I'm not going to see your post, I'll see it the third day, right? Like you have to remember that one post does not mean everyone that you know saw it, right? And it might not reach them because, like we just said, the minivan's not for everybody, right? So the minivan for you might be like, oh, that's interesting. You can put that many kids in there. That's great. But somebody else going by might be like, nope. So that benefit doesn't work for them. So we have to be sharing all the benefits, all the products, and why it's great, and using it and showing people why this is beneficial, what we would use, why would somebody want this? So this week, I'm asking you guys to really think, how often are you using your product? And I'd love for you to come share because I know some of you are doing it every day, and that's awesome. And some of you maybe once a week, some of you maybe once a month. Some of you maybe, like we said, not at all. But I'd love for you to come share and then share with me how will you use it? Even if you're using it daily, how will you do something differently to get it out there to people? Like I said, there's the 21-day challenge. There's talking to someone new every day. I have a girl on my team who she'll be out and about and she makes sure to talk to one new person about it every day. I mean, think of the intention there. She's so intentional with getting it out to people that inevitably that's going to come back. So whatever you're putting out there, whatever you're intentional about, you're going to see that show up in your life, right? Like other people go, oh, hey, I didn't know that. Or they might share with a friend and that might be how you get a referral, right? Not always is it the direct sale. A lot of times it's someone else knowing about what you have and sharing it with someone else. So I would love for you to come and tell me, how are you going to show your product differently? How are you going to give a benefit differently? Because I think we can all help each other with ideas of things we've done in the past that have worked, things maybe we want to do again because we did it in the past and it worked and we stopped. We've had podcasts on that before, right? So something that you were doing to show off the benefits of your product or want to do that you are going to implement so that you can show people the benefits daily of your product. So until next week, you guys, when Yo Adrienne talks, realize the power is within you. Do you want your life to be more flexible? Do you wish you had a house on the beach? Do you want to travel more? Do you yearn for financial stability? Would you love to be your own boss? We all have a different dream life. It is literally so different for everyone. I help each person individually figure out what they really want. And then we work on your mindset and actions to start creating the life you've always wanted. So if you're interested, go to yoadriennetalks.com, click on coaching, and check out all my different coaching programs so that you can start having the life that you deserve.